Wow, sit down. Sit. I order you to sit. Thank you. Thank you to the Golden Globes. You know, this organisation has always held a little piece of my heart, as it was the very first organisation in America to give me an award. As eccentric as that group was, they noticed a small piece called Losing Chase that was way under the radar and gave me a beautiful golden ball. Then they followed it with another, and I was the proud owner of 2 large balls, which, as you can imagine, really helped me in my career. The DeMille Award was described to me as a career recognition, but I prefer to think of it as a life lived, a life survived, a life enjoyed, a life sweated, and a life carried on, hopefully. And given that hope, I prefer to think of this as an ongoing reflection of my career rather than a eulogy, not writing my own eulogy. Although I have to say, if this were my memorial, looking out at this audience, I'm absolutely thrilled who showed up for me. And I am making a list of the no-shows. So, I'm going to tell you my whole life story now. When I was 6. Yes, we're beginning there. When I was 6, my parents took me to a variety show at the end of the Southend Pier, which, in case you're interested, happens to be the longest pier in the world. The lights went down and my world changed. When I was 14, my mum took me to the first proper play I'd ever seen. The lights went down and my world changed. When I was 16, I passed by the kind of small cinema that smells of tobacco and human fluids. And I went in to get away from the rain, and the lights went down and my world changed. My fate was sealed. So while doing my wondrous job, I have encountered swans on the river at Stratford-on-Avon, knights on horseback, all the mortuaries in Manchester, an audience of 200 Tuareg men riding camels. I'll tell you that story later. The gate man at MGM Studios as I drove my 67 convertible Mustang in the sunshine of Los Angeles. Good morning, Miss Mirren. Heaven. And exploding pubs and corgis and the miracle of Baryshnikov dancing, which you just saw. And you know what? I'm only up to 2015. And we get on to the pink plastic palaces of Barbie, the wit of Ryan Reynolds, the generosity of Will Smith, the intensity of Hopkins, the embrace of Vin Diesel, the might of Harrison Ford, the kindness of Bruce Willis, and the greatness of Pacino. So much to wonder at and be very, very grateful for. Is this too long? Am I boring you? Okay, I'll carry on then. So, I want to thank the writers, but from Shakespeare through to Taylor Sheridan and Jess Butterworth, via Peter Greenaway, Chekhov, J.M. Barrie, Strindberg, Harold Pinter, Ian McEwan, Turgenev, Arthur Miller, Tennessee Williams, Racine, Eugene O'Neill, Alan Bennett, Peter Morgan, and that's just a few of the writers whose words I have learned, interpreted, and spoken. And I want to thank all the producers who curate this creativity with courage. Are there enough C words in that sentence? Should I be a bit of a Maeve in Mobland and add another one? Those of you who've seen the show know what I mean. I can think of another C word, but I don't think I'll say it. The directors, of course, who lead, inspire, cajole, demand, and encourage. The costumiers, the cinematographers, the prop masters, the makeup mistresses, and especially the third AD, who greets you on a rainy morning, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, muddy field, and then says goodbye 13 hours later, still smiling. Thank you, third ADs, all of you. And then, of course, there are the women who have and always will inspire me. Monica Vitti, Anna Magnani, Jane Fonda, Betty Davis, Judy Garland, and those whose first names are all that are needed. Madonna, Barbara, Cher, Sarah Jessica, Meryl, Kate with a K and Kate with a C, and of course, my ultimate goddess, Viola. And now, everyone's two favourite words of any acceptance remarks. In conclusion, thank you to the Golden Globes for this honour. Thank you to Harrison, Viola and Tessa for being here for me tonight. And blessings to my agent, who is an icon and a legend amongst us all, the great Fred Spector. And last of all, love and respect to my husband, Taylor Hackford, and love to my family who are sitting here joining me at the table. Thank you so much, guys. You mean everything to me. You know that. So I'm going to have a cocktail now.